Now, a British teenager who joined ISIL in Syria when she was 15 years old could be about to lose her right to live in the UK. Shamima Begum was one of 3 girls from East London who went to Syria in 2015. It is reported the UK Home Office has issued an order to remove her citizenship. Just days ago, she gave birth to a son in a Syrian refugee camp. Her lawyer says they will fight the decision. Joining me now from London is Amal de Chickera, a co-director of the Institute on Statelessness and Inclusion. Thanks very much for being with us. So how does this particular case then compare with the others that your organisation deals with? And it's particularly problematic here because there is a baby involved as well.
That's right. I mean, we are concerned with this increasing trend that we see around the world of states giving themselves the power to strip citizens of their citizenship. And the UK has been one of the leaders in this regard, unfortunately, but it's a trend that we've seen in other countries as well. As you said, indeed, in this case, the fact that the baby's citizenship is now also under a cloud is an additional concern, because under international law, the derivative loss of citizenship in such circumstances is certainly not a standard to be looked up to.
So what options does she have at the moment then?
Well, under the UK, under the current legal framework, her options lie with her lawyer. The challenge is, of course, she's not in the country, and that raises a number of questions about the arbitrariness of the decision, her access to justice and due process. So it's quite an unfair system balanced against her at the moment that she's facing. So the prospects aren't looking great. But on the other hand, if you look at the nature of the decision and the manner in which it was taken, I think there's a lot to be said for the fact that the Home Secretary's decision was very arbitrary, and therefore there would be a legal basis for her to challenge it.
Now, the government, for their part, have argued that they have the right to do this, their right to strip people of their citizenship when they make a decision to go and made a decision to join ISIL in Syria. And in the case of this woman, she has given interviews in which she did not seem to express any regret or remorse for her decision. Has that hampered her case here?
Look, I mean, this is the type of case which obviously raises a whole range of emotional responses. And it's also the type of case for which a Home Secretary can, unfortunately, in this situation, take a course of action which is quite populist. But if you, because the recipient of his decision is not someone who would appeal to the masses. But if you look at the legal framework of the country, and the UK is a country that prides itself on its rule of law, you would find that there are other ways in which to bring the person over to the country and to try them under criminal law and to ensure that they are punished and rehabilitated and restituted. And the fact that the Home Secretary has decided that this is not the right course of action, but rather it's better to leave this person and her baby languishing in a camp, and in a sense export the problem that the UK should be taking responsibility for to the wider international community at large, it's deeply problematic on a range of levels.
Do you think that political considerations are being taken ahead of any legal and human rights considerations here?
It's not for me to second guess that, but I would say that as a human rights lawyer, from an international human rights law perspective, this decision is deeply problematic. It also raises questions about the UK's relationship with Bangladesh, because the Home Secretary has basically assumed that Bangladesh would recognize this person as its citizen. However, it is only up to Bangladesh and Bangladesh alone to make that decision, and the UK cannot make such decisions on Bangladesh's regard. It would be interesting to see if the reverse happened, where Bangladesh stripped a dual citizen or a potential dual citizen of its citizenship, leaving the UK responsible, to see how the UK would react in that kind of a situation. And this is what I mean about international cooperation and the UK playing its role as a responsible member of the international community.
Good to speak with you. Amal de Chickera speaking to us there from London. Thanks for being with us.